What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Stardust here. Welcome back to another video here on the YouTube channel. And today we have two bits of information that I wanted to give. First off, from Miller, well-known leaker in the Marvel's Avengers community and all-around good dude, said Evan Narcisse, narrative consultant on War for Wakanda, confirmed to me during a Q&A this afternoon that he contributed writing to upcoming unannounced Marvel's Avengers content. And then he writes a full quote saying, full quote, "In terms of my future involvement, all I can say is there's stuff coming that I touched. I don't think it's been announced yet, so I really can't say anything more, but yeah, there's some very cool stuff coming from that game." It's really cool seeing Evan Narcisse still stay on Marvel's Avengers after War for Wakanda, and it'll be really interesting if it's going to be for another character that maybe he's touched on in the past. I'm not sure if he's ever handled She-Hulk before. I imagine, maybe he's wrote a story that she's been involved in, or, you know, it's the mystery character that Miller's been teasing for a while now. Who knows? But let me know what you guys think down below. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty with the weekly blog. So, back at it again with the double XP from the 10th to the 14th. Level your heroes twice as fast. So if you want to level up your champion levels, go ahead. It's the second week of the Cosmic Threat event. Suit up and face off with the Scientist Supreme and take back the Cosmic Q. I like that. I like this digital photography there. Well done, Alvarez. So here we go. Development updates. Our designer Alex Kendi is here to give you some details and upcoming changes. So we've got buffs. Melee and certain heroics are in a state when they are not enticing enough to engage most players in many combat systems. This is a combination of the threat of heavy damage from enemies in melee range, lack of perks that increase heavy damage, and a lack of easy status effects application for melee. The ease of ranged combat to do all those things. The first step to making this a more engaging area of combat will be to do a blanket update to make perks related to melee combat. These updates include general percentage increase from perks, buff duration increases, and adding status effect types to signature attacks for Kate Bishop and Miss Marvel. I would have, again, just done, you know, like, all light melee attacks, dupe him, or something like that. But anyway, this is by no means the full extent of the changes. There you go. We are already taking steps to add in other melee-focused perks and features. This is coupled with a huge influx of hero-specific perks tied to hero gear, adding many offensive and defensive options. While these three examples may sound like a drop in the bucket compared to the scale of gameplay, the range of adjustments is indeed vast, and small changes everywhere add up to large gains overall. Note also that this is only on the player side of hero mechanics. There are also factors around enemy composition, attack frequency, but that is a discussion for another day. That's pretty cool, so let's read this changes bit. The comic adjustment was not only required to prevent damage nullification, but was also important in preparing for the introduction of many defensive perks, which are coming in to make melee a little less risky. More rewarding endeavor, as touched upon above. Cool, well, I mean, great, right? Because I mean, the enemies do hurt you if you haven't got that dodge down. Comics allowed players to passively have comparable armor to those who sacrifice DPS for perks and stats dedicated to defense. This not only reduced the need for builds, as builds require a trade-off that comics do not have, but also diminished any value some of the new perks provide. This is good, by the way. I think they should have explained this after the so-called nerf, but better late than never, but, you know, better never late, you know what I mean? In addition to there being several new sources of hero gear, including the set from Last Avenger Standing, status effects and stats overall have been added or adjusted. One of the most obvious examples would be the addition of might to the heroic slot's possible attributes, which is great. Jesus, that's been something I've wanted for ages. In the future, we'll be looking over comic buffs as some are far undertuned or gain a negligible, there you go, bonus over time. Sorry guys, I'm all over the place. Adjustments. Damage buff is overtuned in 3 areas. The most obvious is the damage increase to 65% to all attacks, including heroic attacks. There is very little. So, right, okay, let's take a breather. So what it seems like to me with this one is that it's essentially telling you guys about the damage buff nerf, which is fine, right? But obviously, if I'm just, you know, literally just thinking about it, if I go off and start reading all of this, you guys are just going to get bored. So I'll leave the link to this in the description down below, but it's a good explanation just from having a look. Obviously, we've got the new skins today. Obviously, that'll be for us next week. Kate Bishop's got a new out thing, which is cool. Is that a new Spider-Man takedown, or is that like just like one they recycled? Either way. And then obviously we've got community spotlight stuff down here. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. So that is all the information we have for you today with Evan Narcisse and the weekly blog as well. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment on all that beautiful stuff, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace.